And welcome back. It's time for this week's Capitol Report with Pat McGuigan of CapitolBeatOK.com. Pat, you've never made a secret your admiration for State Representative David Dank, who is once again pressing for a reform of those tax credits and exemptions that we've talked about on this program before. What's the latest on that?
I do have affirmation for him as well as admiration. Seriously, he's running the Revenue and Taxation Subcommittee this cycle for Speaker Hickman. And Representative Dank said he's not even going to hear proposals for things that there's not a way to pay for them. And he's pressing again on that issue of the exemptions and the tax credits. And he's doing it from a conservative Republican posture, which is not in order to grow government and make it even bigger by freeing up money. It's to identify areas that you could make taxes fairer and take off the table excessive income that's going to things that don't pay for themselves. And he's been pointing specifically at the wind tax credits, but he's not even going to hear issues that he's sympathetic to, like the hearing aids for seniors, which he's always supported. And in isolation, they're probably something that would be helpful to seniors to have that kind of a tax credit. This is the greatest challenge facing our state government, is that every few years we have these budget crises, and it's a sign that we haven't yet done what the Republicans said they were going to do in 2010, which is to right-size government. It's time to do that, not grow government, but look at the whole thing in order to lay the basis for smaller, leaner, more efficient government, and for that matter, for further income tax reduction.
Now, there were some other interesting proposals at the Capitol this week. Why don't you sketch some of those out for us?
It's always fun at the start.
It is.
There's some that are a bit outlandish or perhaps silly, but there's a couple that caught my eye. One is Representative Dan Kirby's HJR 1002, which is a constitutional measure that would allow wineries, if you've actually visited a winery and placed your order there for, like a case or whatever of Oklahoma wine, that you could get it shipped to you without a hassle. That's one. Ultimately, that would require a constitutional amendment, but we'll see if the legislature sends it to the people. The second one that I thought was interesting would be to allow a permanent absentee ballot status along the line of Senator Holt's proposals, this one coming in the House from Elise Hall, a Republican in Oklahoma City. Both of those, I think, bear watching.
Well, and I know we'll watch those and many others. Finally, you were at the Capitol for this week's School Choice Day, an issue that's near and dear to you. Tell us about that quickly.
It was actually 2 days. It was great stuff. Homeschool Day on Tuesday. And you got to remember that whatever people think of school choice, and the way I would define it, that the right to homeschool your children is protected explicitly in that populist constitution here in Oklahoma that we talked about earlier. Then on Wednesday came School Choice Day, where you had the whole panoply of choice, including charter schools, all the way from charter schools over to proposals for full-bore school choice. Educational savings accounts may come up in committee this week, and I'm hopeful the state will take further positive steps.
All right, well, you can read more about these and other topics at CapitolBeatOK.com. For Pat McGuigan, I'm Alex Cameron. Have a great day.